All right, welcome back to episode 3. Back at House Boys, clocking in again. Angel 60, whatever you want to call it. Let the other guys introduce themselves again, and we do have another special guest today, so I'll introduce him after the other guys do it.
What's going on? It's Buck. You know, episode 3. Here we are.
What up, it's JR, going back to back off the last week.
Like MJ. All right, and then we got Raph joining us today. He's
Yo,
one of the good friends of the show. He's I'll let him introduce himself. I don't know why I'm trying to introduce him.
go ahead, Rick. Introduce me, man.
Oh man, it's up to you. You got to say what you want to say.
No, what's going on, y'all? It's Junior Raph, either one. Appreciate the boys letting me come on the pod, and we're gonna talk some sports.
Oh yeah, who's your team? Let the fans know.
The one and only the Saints.
All right. Any college?
I'd say the Tar Heels,
Man.
but I kind of
All right. All right. All right. Nah, I mean he's cooking something. Don't know what it is. But all right, we're gonna go ahead and start. Shit. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with some. We're gonna go do college football to start it off, and we'll do a week review from last week, and then look at a preview for the coming up week. So, I'll just start off with some of the ranked games. I took some notes, just kind of speed things up because the shows are a little long. Thank you for the people that have watched it, but we understand people got stuff to do. So, yeah. Feel free to jump into my notes if you guys want to. So one of the ones I had was FSU's game. It was a lot closer than a lot of people thought. I think we even said that FSU would probably take care of business. I think I do remember saying that it's a conference game, so you can't really like sleep on it, but a lot closer than we thought.
Yeah, it was way too close, especially for them to like essentially pull away in like the first half of the fourth.
Yeah,
because I turned the game,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was what they lost by 2 or 3.
2.
Oh yeah, Boston College lost by 2. They were up like 31-14 or something.
Something
like
insane.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, 13 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And Florida State was held scoreless in the fourth quarter. I will say Boston College had like 12 penalties or something like that. So I mean that game could have been a lot
way closer.
Yeah,
they could have won easily.
Yeah, they could have. Yeah. So that's what my first takeaway of the weekend, this past weekend. Also Texas, they started off slow. Obviously, I think it was 10-10 going into the fourth. But you know, Texas, Wyoming, there's levels to this. Ended up pulling away 21 in the fourth, you know, to kind of end that night. But I mean, it's one of those things that I'm going to keep an eye on. I'm rooting for Texas because it would look a lot better as a loss for Alabama if they do good. But I just think Texas has that, you know, they'll show up and then they'll lose the one they're not supposed to lose. And that's what I expect from Texas. Unfortunately, but I mean the Big 12. I think they're at Baylor this week, so we'll talk about that when we get to the preview. But yeah, just slow start for them. Maybe it's that
slow start. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying something like, you know, the slow start could be they're riding off that high from last week. So, well, 2 weeks ago.
I was going to say slow start for the Georgia, weren't they? They were behind going into halftime against South Carolina, right?
Yeah, I had that one down. I mean, South Carolina is not, you know, what is that, UT Martin and Ball State, whatever they played the past 2 weeks. Yeah, I kind of had I had USC on the real USC on my board to kind of take this one. I knew Georgia would probably sneak it away, but you know, you got to hold hope. Yeah, it was good. I mean, Georgia just adjusted better and had a monster third quarter to take the lead. And ultimately, I mean, if you lose the lead on the road, I'm pretty sure it's going to be harder, especially after the Georgia fans actually got into the game. So there's that one. Another takeaway I had was Penn State. I know Illinois is not the strongest team this year as opposed to last year with all those defensive players that they had drafted. But I mean, Penn State is looking solid. I mean, to kind of handle a conference opponent like that, it just shows you that, you know, they could be the real deal. I know Ohio State has a good matchup this weekend, which we'll look at as well. But I'm liking Penn State. I mean, James Franklin, he can get that team fired up. And the last thing you want to do is play on the road there. I think the big game against Ohio State, it's at Ohio State. But, I mean, these guys look legit. They look like they're ready and they're focused this year. And, I mean, they got that big number 7 next to their name right now. So, shows they're not, you know, just a walkover team. Any thoughts? Anything?
Drew Aller, or is it Aller or Aller?
Drew Aller.
Penn State. Aller. See, I don't
Yeah.
even know. I've heard pretty good things about him. Yeah.
Yeah. Also got Washington.
Is Penn State ranked?
Yeah, they're number 7 in the country right now.
The number 7.
Yeah.
I don't keep up with too much college football, but
You're all good, man. We understand. You know,
it's just the big games.
We brought you in to, you know, kind of just feed off of us and critique us. All right. So then I got Washington, number 8 seed in the country, or 8th team in the country. You know, and Michael Penix just constantly having a dominant performance. I mean,
473 yards.
I think he's thrown 400 every week so far.
Early Heisman front runner.
Yeah, I mean, I knew he was special whenever he was at Indiana. Last year was a little sluggish for them. I was hoping they'd do a little bit more, but from what I've been seeing is that they have like two really good wide receivers. A lot of the mock drafters. Sorry, that sounds a lot better. Mock drafters have like 2 of their wide receivers on their, you know, top 10 big boards. So just keeping an eye on those. I don't know the names off the top of my head just because I don't keep up with Pac-12 ball other than like, you know, just looking at the scores because East Coast, you know. But
we got to sleep sometime, man.
Yeah. I mean, we got to get that beauty sleep somehow. But yeah, I mean, definitely hearing the noise. I mean, there's a big Pac-12 game this week. Which I think there's a couple actually, but we'll get into that. But yeah, I mean, Washington just continues to ball out, you know, flex while they're the number 8 team in the country. And, you know, Michael Penix is looking good. Not dark horse because he's not a dark horse, but early Heisman favorite. I got Notre Dame also. I mean, just constantly, you know, just doing good things. Sam Hartman shows you that transfers did real good for Notre Dame. And I forgot the head coach's name.
For Notre Dame.
Is it Freeman?
Freeman, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're balling right now. Big game this week coming up, and you know, just nothing but respect for Sam. You know what he did at Wake Forest. I remember they were supposed to contend against Clemson. You know, UNC had that good year. You know, I expected things like this out of Sam, so I'm not too surprised with what he's been doing. But I mean, Notre Dame is definitely treating him well. So I hope he continues to roll and, you know, maybe gets another win this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Play Ohio State, right?
Mm.
And it's in South Bend, so I think that's huge. I think it's a huge test for Hartman too. I mean, they've been rolling, like you said, but against this will be the first real competition, I think. But yeah, you hear the noise. Maybe some Heisman. There should be Heisman attention on him anyway, but I think if he beats Ohio State, there definitely will be a lot more.
Definitely. Another one I wanted to get into, I mean, you guys could feel free to jump into, but just the Alabama thing. Obviously, now I'm an Alabama fan. The QB carousel kind of thing. I mean, it's funny. If we would have recorded this, you know, a day or two ago, we wouldn't have heard what Nick Saban said today. So, you know, he kind of promised the guys playing time. He wanted to let all the guys, you know, give it a shot, see what they were about. But clearly from last weekend, you can clearly see that the transfer Tyler Buckner is definitely not QB2, as some of the depth charts kind of shown. I had a lot of faith in Ty, but I knew he wasn't ready, especially with what a lot of the things that they were saying. And I mean, it just shows you that Milrose proven. I mean, even one bad game. I mean, you can't expect this guy to be Superman. We all have. I mean, well, not we. I'm not a quarterback, but I'm sure they have days. There's off days, there's on days. And it's just one of those days against Texas. And unfortunately, it had to be against Texas. But I mean, I'm glad it was against Texas and not USF like this past weekend. That would have been way more of a bummer. But I mean, he earned the start. Nick Saban said that he deserved it. He earned it, and he has full faith in him. So I'm riding behind it. Big matchup this weekend. So just wanted to talk about that. Feel free to jump in. I know you guys aren't Alabama fans, but it's just the stuff that I keep up with the most, at least.
The thing that we kind of talked about between us the past few weeks is it's crazy seeing Bama be in this position because as long as I can remember watching college football, I've never seen Bama have such trouble bringing things together like this. It's usually just out of the gate, just straight dominance. So it's wild to see the state that they're in right now, but hopefully they can turn it around and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really see them struggling. You don't really see them. I mean, they're the ones
Do you
making
think
teams
that
quit.
NIL kind of ruined Bama?
I don't think it's NIL. I just think what caught us was, the past couple years we had Bryce, we had Mac, we had Tua, we had Jalen.
Yeah, spoiled, man.
Yeah,
I mean, just had them teams.
It was kind of inevitable that the QB position was going to kind of take a hit. I knew this year was going to be pretty rough. Next couple years are going to be pretty rough. I mean, unless Ty picks it up next year. I'm not saying Jalen's leaving after this year, but I mean, we got Jalen, Ty. I know we got a couple quarterbacks this past year. Eli Holstein. He was one making pretty good noise. Dylan Lonergan. I'm pretty sure that's how you say the last name. He was a highly touted high school quarterback, and then Julian Sayin coming in next year. So I'm excited for Sayin. So we'll see, but QB position is going to be, I mean, like you guys said, we were spoiled for a while. I mean, look at Oklahoma. Oklahoma had Baker, Kyler, Caleb, Spencer. Obviously, Caleb left, but it just happened. Yeah, I mean, look at Georgia. I mean, they've had issues. Not saying they're struggling, but they've had slow starts with Carson. You just don't see it because who they play.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't played the biggest teams, but
Georgia also has Brock Bowers though, so that's a cheat code.
Yeah, I mean, Brock Bowers is a stud, but I mean, like I said, it's just. Who knows? I mean, if Georgia, I can't remember who they play this week. I mean, we'll look into that, but I mean,
Lad McConkey playing. He's the X factor.
Lad McConkey plays today. Wake up.
He's just a high motor guy. A lot of grit. I know this guy's gonna show up first in, last one out. So, anyways, yeah. I mean, like you were saying, Alabama. It's weird. I mean, a lot of the fans nowadays. I mean, I kind of joined the scene a few years back. Back 6 years. 16, 15. But
right when the bandwagon was taken off.
Yeah, there you go. But I do remember my first vivid memory being Texas, Alabama, that I could recall. And
Alabama's always been up there.
Yeah, I mean, so it's weird. A lot of people thinking the dynasty's over, but I mean, I think this is what he wants. Take the noise off. Just well, we'll see. I mean, there's still a lot of week. There's still a lot of week. I mean, we could lose this week.
So much football left though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with next year moving to 12 team. So, this being the last year, you can afford to drop one, if you have a big name. So, I mean, we got the benefit of the doubt on there.
The new format, ain't it?
Yeah, 12 teams. So, I mean, this is the last, I guess, real, not real, because the next year's real too, but, but
It's the last year of divisions.
Yeah. So, we'll see. So, yeah, that Alabama. My next note was simply just Gator bait. So I'll let Buck talk about that if he wants to.
Not much to say except for I was texting my dad during the game, and it was right after we came off that first drive. It was easily easily Tennessee's best drive of the year so far. They marched down the field like everything was cooking. They got down there in like 5 plays and scored like on their first drive. And I would text my dad and I was like, one thing that Tennessee won't be is outcoached. Turns out they were outcoached. They were outcoached. They were outperformed on like every facet, like whether it was offense, defense. I mean, even like special teams, honestly. But I don't know. I think the biggest story was just like Florida's just absolute ease of just running constantly. I mean, Trevor Etienne had the 172 yards, and just if you can't stop the run, you can't stop anything. So I mean, I don't think they passed. I think they had like 2 pass attempts in the second half, and that was it. And then they just ran the rest of the time because Tennessee couldn't stop it. So whether it was just like poor tackling and just like I don't know. And then the offensive line was not helping Joe Milton out at all. Joe Milton wasn't helping himself, but offensive line was also not helping him at all. I think Tennessee had like 10 penalties as well. So I don't know. The Volunteers just forget how to play football whenever they go to Gainesville. So we'll see.
What was it, like 0
We'll
and
see.
7 or something like that?
No, they haven't won there in 20 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
And so we'll see. We'll see in 2 years if they can win again. We'll see if they can make it 22 years.
Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah, I was really calling for Nico to get some more playing time, but I don't know. If you do like go back and watch it, a lot of it is like offensive line. But I mean, also it's Milton. Just
How did he play?
he had 287, 2 touchdowns and an interception. The interception was he got planted and just threw it up in the air, and it was caught for a pick. But I don't know. He wasn't. I mean, his receivers weren't helping him. Like nobody was helping each other. They just like looked just like disjointed, really. So I don't know. They have UTSA this weekend back at home. I don't know. So I mean, hopefully they'll win that. We thought they were gonna, flex against Austin P and end up being like a 1-score game in the fourth quarter. So I don't know. Hopefully they'll fix it or I don't know, look better. I don't know. That's my real answer for everything with Tennessee right now is I don't know. So
Yeah, I mean, I have nothing really to say. I mean, you kind of just hit the nail in the coffin. Was that what they say?
hit the nail on the head.
Nail
I
on
think.
the head.
There you go.
Nail in the head.
Hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
So before I move into my last point, I just want to talk about Colorado. Obviously, like everybody's talking about it. I mean, it's just I don't really. I mean, I respect Deion Sanders. Don't get me wrong, but
Rick wakes up real early to have extra time to hate on Colorado.
it's Colorado. I mean, they'll do good. I do think the biggest problem is their conference. It's the last year of the Pac-12, but my last point was Pac-12 annihilation. Basically, they have the most teams in the top 25 at the moment, and at some point, these teams are going to play each other, so they will destroy each other out of this race. So like I was talking about Colorado, just game of the weekend. It's 2 a.m. on the East Coast when it ended.
That was crazy.
Colorado State sold the bag. I will say that. But overall, it was a good game. A lot of dirty hits. Crazy stuff. It's football at the end of the day.
It was a rivalry game.
Yeah, it's a rivalry
It
game.
was a big game for Colorado.
I mean, it was a big game for Colorado State.
They played pretty well against Colorado, honestly. Like I thought it was going to be I mean, what was this? The spread was like 23 points or something crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty massive.
That's what I'm saying, though. It was a big game for Colorado State. It wasn't.
Yeah,
I feel like Colorado.
It was a
under
win for Colorado, yes.
yeah,
And it showed that they could overcome adversity.
Yeah, based upon how they started that game, I think it ended up being a lot better than it could have been. Just because they were able to, overcome everything, like you were saying, Angel, and just crazy.
I mean, it showed you that they, for the most part, are pretty complete. I mean, they like their guys. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, I mean, it was a game of the week. It was a good game for Colorado State to prove that they're not a bad team. Colorado, we know what they are. Everybody posts about them, so I'm not gonna say too much about it. I will say
You don't
that
like that, do you, Rick?
I don't care, if I'm being honest.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a lot of people are watching the sport. A lot of people that don't know what they're talking about are watching the sport. I mean, we don't know all what we're talking about, but I mean, we're more
I think
dedicated
Dion.
casuals. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Dion coaching has introduced a lot more casual takes
oh
to
yeah, it's like the people that are
college
sending
football.
death threats to the guy that hit Hunter. Like, come
Oh
on,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
Like,
hit Hunter.
that's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
crazy.
like Jesus,
I thought
bro.
it was
Like,
pretty cool that Dion, kind of stuck up for the guy.
yeah.
Like
Well,
it
even
was a
Hunter.
pretty bad hit. Like it was definitely like
Yeah,
late, but that happens in football more
Yeah,
often
if you've
than a lot
played.
of people realize.
Yeah, hell
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing,
So
bro.
I
So
think him taking up for him was pretty cool.
yeah. People calling for that kid to like lose his scholarship. That's crazy.
Yeah.
casual mindset. Yeah, no,
it's
that's
crazy though how crazy like Colorado has blew up. Because I've seen people on like my Instagram post about them that do not watch college football at all.
or sports.
Yeah,
Like,
Casual
it's
takes.
not even college. It's just sports. Like, I didn't even know you liked football. Just
Do you know
yeah.
what
I
a
mean,
football is?
yeah. I mean, like I'm saying, it's just. I mean, it's bringing
like
some more eyes to the sport, but
yeah,
at some point,
it's a good thing.
at some point, this conference is gonna destroy each other. So I'm not too like worried. At the end of it, whoever's the top will rise. Utah with Cameron Rising, in my opinion, is just, I mean, back to back champs. So I kind of have them, especially once Rising comes back. UCLA is my sleeper. Dante Moore, the freshman. I don't know how much playing time he's gotten because UCLA plays at like 3 a.m. But I like Dante Moore. So yeah, like I said, this conference will end up hurting each other. So I mean, it's
Where's Colorado headed next year?
next year. I think it's
Yeah,
Big 12.
Big 12.
Yeah. So I mean, they got Baylor. They got all that like geographic location now.
Mm-hmm.
Baylor, Texas Tech. I think SMU is in
ECU.
there. EC.
Yeah,
Who?
SMU moved. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. So it's like that geographical region is gonna be nice. I think
Yeah.
Arizona State and Arizona are in it too, though.
Damn.
So yeah, I mean, it'll be
Yeah.
good. It's gonna be some good like geographical matches. So that's all my takes from like the past week, like the notes I took at least. If you guys have anything else to say, we can run through like the non top 25 slate. Like this show, we're like I said, we're casual, but we're not like the casuals that call for people's to get hurt. But we're a little more
One
we're
of the
dedicated casuals. There you go. What do you say?
one of the game or like another top 25 game or two of them actually. So the LSU Mississippi State game, I thought it was gonna be way closer.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was
not.
one of my games of the week, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, LSU ran away with it like it wasn't even close. Um, and then Kansas State, Missouri. I watched the end of that game,
Ooh, yeah.
and like the last 2 minutes were like the most poorly coached I've ever seen. It was bad. Like Missouri, like I think Missouri had like they called a timeout, and then the coaches didn't get the players back on the field fast enough, so they had to delay a game, and so it pushed them like out of field goal range just for their field goal kicker to come on and hit like what 63-yarder to win it. It was crazy, but I guess it's just how they drew it up. So that's why I'm sitting here and they're coaching. So
Just kind of looping back to what you were saying too, Buck. Like I was at the shop when that LSU game was going on, and every time I looked up, Jaden Daniels was completing a pass. He started like 15 of 15 in the front, like at the start of the game, I think. Something crazy. And like they were talking about their records like 21, I think, from Burrow, like 21 straight completions to start the game. It's insane. And then, just kind of like the Missouri thing. I was actually just like scrolling through my social media. I think it was on TikTok. And I saw like their Missouri's kicker missed a extra point last year in like the fourth quarter or something, and they lost the game. They ended up losing on like a game-winning field goal. And everybody was like, giving him slack about it and going off on him about how, he's not gonna make it or nothing. And then it was just kind of like cool to come see him come back this season and then drill that massive field goal. Like it was, I mean, it was an NCAA record, wasn't it? Like how far field goal was, or was it just a school record?
I think it was a school record or maybe
Definitely
an
a
SEC
school
record.
record.
I don't know if it
Yeah,
was an NCAA record.
I'm
it
sure
was.
it's
I mean,
definitely
it
a
is.
school record.
Yeah, anything 60 plus is insane to even think
Yeah.
about.
In college,
I mean, when
especially.
you're standing on the logo, it's
Bro, and it was like it
You're
wasn't
him.
just
You're
like
him.
it didn't squeak in though. Like it
I think it
was
had
pretty
I
far.
think it had like another 2-3 yards.
Yeah.
So
You were talking about Daniel starting 15 for 15. He finished 30 for 34. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that's insane completion percentage. That's insane efficiency. He was like, I mean, he was also like, he was pretty mobile that game too. Like, I feel like he had a good amount of rushing yards.
On that game too, though, Malik Neighbors, I think he had like 200 receiving yards.
Yeah, he had
in like the
two
first
back-to-back
half.
touchdowns. Yeah, he had 2 back-to-back touchdowns in the first half.
Where is that at?
He was balling.
Let me look at that real quick.
He had 239
Yeah,
and 2 touchdowns.
239.
Good lord.
I mean, that's absurd. 48-yard longest TD. I mean, it's wild. Another couple games that I highlighted in my top 5, I think, was the App State ECU game. Just that North Carolina rivalry. App State.
How did that one end up?
Nice dub. App State took the win. It was like 40 something to 20.
Yeah, 43 28.
Yeah,
Roll
I didn't know that game has like the highest ticket prices out of every college game this season.
Wait, which one?
The app and the ECU.
Did it really? That's crazy.
I seen it on Twitter the other day.
Most expensive game to go to.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then one of my other takeaways from like the non-top 25 is I mean, Kansas is 3-0. That's pretty wild. Well, not wild. They did it last year, but that's pretty cool.
Football school.
Yeah. Well, another thing is the that blue blood.
The
the blue blood thing I keep seeing. It's like 6 schools. It's like UNC, Duke, Kansas, Kentucky. Yeah, all of them are like 3-0. So it's like,
yeah,
it's kind of wild.
The
it's
basketball
cool.
schools.
Yeah,
everything
cool.
schools now.
All right. So now we'll go into like a quick preview, look into next week. Start off with some top 25, and then after that, we'll look at some Power 5, Group of 5. So I'm just gonna go down my board, and then if you guys want to jump in, well, that's a little bit later. So just because I have a favorite, so it shows me at first. Rutgers, Michigan. Rutgers is 3-0. Didn't know that.
I also didn't know that.
So, but Michigan has a.
Michigan.
I think Harbaugh's back this game.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I think he had the 3-game ban. Yeah.
Yeah. So game 4, Harbaugh back. That's gonna be pretty cool. 3-0, 3-0. Too bad no one pays for Big Ten Network. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Just like Longhorn Network.
I'm kidding. But nah. I mean, Big Ten Network is pretty popular. I mean, I like it second to SEC. So, but yeah, I mean that game sounds pretty cool. Another one that I'm excited about is Florida State Clemson. I got
crazy
Clemson on upset.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Florida State, but I mean, Clemson. If time was now, it's this game. This is the game you win. Like if you want your respect back, and Florida State's a 2-point favorite. So
that's crazy.
Yeah,
I can remember that going both ways.
But that's what I'm saying. Though you got an unranked team to the 4th ranked team, like that's wild. Yeah, 2 points. The over/under is 55 and a 2.5 favorite on the road for FSU. So Well, that's what this
I can
odd
see that.
says.
I can see that one being like a shootout or just like a complete blowout, and I don't think there's really in between.
I think it's gonna be like a back and forth fight. I think it'll probably be like I would definitely say the over, maybe like a 31-20, 28. I'd say a field goal.
Yeah.
But I got Clemson taking this one, if I'm being honest.
Dang.
It just depends on what FSU team shows up. If the FSU that played LSU at the beginning of the season shows up, I don't think it's close. If they show up like they did against Boston College last week, I don't think they walk out of there with the win against Clemson. So it just really depends on who shows up.
Yeah, definitely. Next up is on my board, at least it's Oklahoma, Cincinnati. Oklahoma's, I mean, they are dominating. Not a lot of people are talking about them, but they are.
I have not heard that much from Oklahoma.
They are going
Yeah, is
crazy.
Oklahoma back or what?
Dylan Gabriel is. I mean, that offense is explosive. I don't know if it's the defense. I haven't watched much of it, but Oklahoma's been dogging their opponents. So I mean, I 14-point spread, but I expect more than that. I'm expecting at least 28 points, like difference.
Yeah, the past three games, opener 66-17, 28-11 against SMU, and then 73-0 against Arkansas State. Oh, that was reversed. My fault. But
Yeah,
66-17 last week against Tulsa.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Gabriel
looking
has
good.
121 yards.
Yeah,
Is Venables still the coach there right now?
yeah. Their defense
He
looks
was
pretty good now.
Yeah, I remember seeing him at Clemson, and like they always had him posted on social media and everything because of the stupid like pull bag guy because he couldn't control himself on the sideline or whatever. But seeing him at Oklahoma is kind of crazy now to think about. But I remember like the past few years, Oklahoma's been atrociously bad compared to what they were. So I didn't realize that they were back like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like Oklahoma, so we'll see. We'll see that first week of October. We'll see what it's about.
Boomer Sooner.
All right.
Boomer Sooner.
Colorado, Oregon is the next one up. Nothing much to say from me. I hate Bo Nix.
Rick is a hater.
I hate Bo Nix, but I think Oregon wins it.
Yeah.
At some point, the Cinderella story ends. Like
Rick's alarm went off at 2:30 this morning, boys.
Like I was saying, it's just at some point it ends. I got Oregon. I don't like Bo Nix, but I just think Oregon is going to be the best matchup they've had. And like I was saying earlier, this conference will destroy each other. I'd say it maybe one team will end up undefeated, and I don't even know who to say that team is. I don't even think USC could be it. Like that's what I'm. So it's a lot.
What about
both
the casual takes that are gonna when Oregon wins?
Oh, I mean,
Colorado is going undefeated, and they're going to win the.
I mean, are you seeing how Deion Sanders is playing Oregon's theme song like right behind the players at practice? Yeah, that's crazy.
No, I meant like the posts like ESPN's gonna post. Imagine this game with Travis Hunter.
Oh god, yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So this game, they're both ranked, both undefeated. So 19 versus 10. The next game, UCLA Utah. I mean, we don't have to leave this game. I just want to say the next one up is UCLA 3-0, 22, Utah 3-0, 11. So I mean, Utah's my take is once the Rising comes back, I just think they're a good team. I mean, even then they're 3-0 without Rising. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, feel free to talk about Colorado, Oregon too. I'm just saying that like I said, this conference will destroy each other at one point.
I like you saying that the conference will destroy each other.
Yeah, I mean it's what it is. I mean they have the most teams in the top 25. I think a majority of them are undefeated. But yeah, I mean it's just I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on these. Oh shit, Oregon is 21-point favorites.
I've seen that.
3 touchdown favorites.
I've seen that.
See, I think
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, like I don't expect Colorado to go undefeated. Like I feel like honestly, a lot of people didn't expect Colorado to honestly even make it this far already.
I saw them having a bowl game.
I mean, yeah, like low tier bowl game possibly was
I
kind
saw
of
them
like
with
the
6
expectation.
wins, 6, 7 wins.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, a bowl
So
game.
obviously, nobody really expects them to go completely undefeated, knock off everybody. But I don't know. I mean, I think they can give a few teams a run for their money and see what happens.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know
definitely.
if it's just my bias, but I see Colorado winning.
It's casual
Especially the doubt.
takes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I mean it probably is.
No.
I
I
want to see them win.
they're 19 for a reason. They're undefeated for a reason. The biggest thing for me is that they're on the road.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They beat TCU on the road, but TCU to me to come in ranked, I didn't have them ranked. I'm not saying they're overrated. I'm not saying they're overrated. I'm just saying
courtesy rank from last year.
Yeah, I think that was all spillover, and I mean they lost like 43 players or something.
Yeah, it's not easy to beat someone on the road, especially at when you're an underdog. So yeah, UCLA at Utah, 6-point favorite. So it's gonna be a good game. I'm thinking Dante's starting already, so I need to look into that a little bit more. But I mean, it should be a good game. I have Utah squeaking it out again. UCLA would have a loss. Colorado would have a loss, in my opinion. So
that's too soon to say that, Rick.
I mean, it's just my take, but I guess I could be a casual. We'll see. How about this?
I've heard about Utah a lot these past 2 years. I think 2 or 3 years.
Back-to-back Pac-12 champs. 3-peat
I
champs.
never I don't think it's really ever translated to much either, though. They have won the Pac-12, obviously, but I mean they haven't really heard anything else outside of that.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they're 2 lost Pac-12 champs. Because that conference destroys each other every year.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's just it happens every year.
I feel like I see them at the top 10, but I never see them in the final games, the final 2 games.
Yeah, I mean they get the NY6 Bowl, but
did they win the Rose Bowl last year?
No, they got slaughtered by Penn State.
I don't even remember that. Huh.
Sean Clifford legacy game. It was like his
taxpayer bowl.
It was his last game ever because he couldn't come back.
It's like a 7th year.
His life away.
Yeah, he gave it all. So, I mean, but yeah. So off of this Pac-12 ball, just kind of keep going. Duke, UConn, It's not basketball, so just 3-0.
Really like that.
I mean, they're 3-0, and UConn's 0-3.
Riley Leonard is apparently the real deal.
Yeah. Miami Temple. Miami's 3-0. Gonna be pretty good, I guess. UTSA Tennessee. I know, Buck. If you want to say anything about that, feel free.
No, just another hopefully tune-up game. I'm hoping to see Nico play a little bit. Hopefully they can run up something and we can see a little bit of Nico. But I don't know. As long as they just are more efficient, that's all you can ask for, man.
Yeah. Just to keep it going, though. I mean, yeah, love to see Nico out there. Fortunately, he's not wearing pajamas. This isn't 7-on-7, so. But we'll see. Arkansas LSU. I would say this game would be really good, which I mean it is going to be good, but it's a night game at LSU, so.
Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I don't know if Arkansas's got that dog in them.
The Bayou.
KJ have that dog in him?
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. KJ will have a masterclass game, at least 1 or 2 every year. Who knows? I mean, I think it is a conference game, obviously, and a division game, but I think it is a little bit of a rivalry as well because I think they kind of border each other or something like that. So yeah, we'll see. Should be a good game. I would love to see Arkansas squeak it out, but don't think that's gonna happen. Another Pac-12 game, Oregon State, Washington State, both undefeated, both ranked. One of them is going to have a loss. So that's what I'm saying. this conference is going to destroy each other. Oregon State's a 3-point favorite. DJ looking good at Oregon State. Maybe he wasn't the problem, but too late to find out. Florida's got a monster matchup against Charlotte.
I'm betting the house on the Niners this week.
Bro, imagine like after last week they just like shit the bed.
So funny.
That'd be insane.
They absolutely dog Tennessee and then they come out and drop Charlotte.
That'd be crazy, bro. They probably paid $1 million
So
to
funny, bro.
have this team come down.
Charlotte come.
Yeah, literally. UAB Georgia. It's gonna be a nail biter in Athens at night.
It's gonna be a really good game.
That's gonna be rocking. Sanford
Yeah.
is gonna be rocking.
Here's a game that I was kind of highlighting a little bit. I haven't really told anybody, but just Texas Baylor. Texas is favored, obviously, but it's at Baylor at night. You know, if unfortunately Alabama couldn't get the crowd into it well enough, we just got destroyed. But it's a conference game, and these teams hate each other. We don't see Texas that much. These teams see each other, I'd say at least every year. So keep an eye on that one for me. And I just realized this is ABC's game. So this is the Kirk and Chris Fowler. The next game, Notre Dame, Ohio State, unfortunately, is on NBC. So it's kind of whack. I would have loved to have seen Herbie commentate the Ohio State Notre Dame game. But Notre Dame is weird, so can't do that. But yeah, I mean, Texas Baylor, I'm circling that game just to kind of, I'm not saying Texas is going to lose, but I wouldn't sleep on Baylor.
Horns up.
Yeah. Ohio State, Notre Dame, obviously, Sam Hartman. I think this team can be really good. Ohio State, I mean, they're the 6th team in the country for a reason. Don't know the reason, but yeah, we will figure it out. I mean, it's going to be an actual, like, really good matchup. I thought Indiana was going to be a good matchup for them, but I knew nobody on Indiana.
That game of the week.
I don't think it's game of the week for me. Well, it's contender. I think my game of the week is going to be Florida State Clemson. I just see that game being really good, especially being a noon kickoff. But yeah, Ohio State Notre Dame definitely up there for me.
Yeah, I'm playing it safe, taking that one as the game of the week. I think Penn State and Iowa could also be pretty solid.
Well, that's what I was about to say. That was the next one up. I mean, it's gonna be good. Penn State, against a really good defense. Iowa's 3-0. Cade McNamara, don't know what he's doing because I don't keep up with Iowa ball, but I know he's there. They're 3-0. Cade's 3-0. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely should be a game to keep an eye out on. North Carolina, Pittsburgh. UNC's probably got this, but again, conference game. Don't take these teams lightly. USC, Arizona State. 10:30 kickoff. Probably won't finish that game.
Lord.
I'll be asleep by then. But hey, and Cal, Washington. I mean, 3-0. Don't sleep on Cal. Not hating Michael Penix, but these teams, this conference will hurt each other. They will find a way to all have a loss at the end of the year. But yeah, I mean, and I didn't go over Ole Miss, Alabama. I thought it was going to show up in time order. Big game. I'm excited. We could lose. We could win. I don't know. But, I have faith. A lot of the rat poison, as Saban likes to say, is going to fire this team up. I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and, I think these guys are ready to play. Had a players-only meeting after the game last week. So, I mean, I think they're kind of locking in, kind of building something, and now they know Melrose the quarterback, so we'll see. Obviously, can't sleep on Ole Miss, though. Jackson Dart, second year.
It's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. And Lane Kiffin, he respects Saban, but the thing he wants to do is beat Saban. So What were you saying?
The running back for Ole Miss. What's
Oh,
his name? Is it Judkins?
Judkins. Oh my God, that dude
Yeah,
is
he's a
well.
stud.
Well, he's from Alabama,
Oh
but
wow.
Alabama and Auburn didn't recruit him.
Yeah, he had like no offers, right?
So
Pretty much.
yeah. Lane Kiffin would go to his high
Oh.
school games and like sit there by himself to watch him. Like
Yeah.
that's how much
Judkins,
he loves.
Judkins coming
Yeah,
in.
yeah, that's how much he loves Lane. I mean, he's coming back home. Who knows? I
They're
mean,
playing in Bama.
yeah. So I don't think he's from Tuscaloosa, but I know he's from Bama. So I mean, I just know we didn't recruit this guy. Which, if you look at our running back room, it's not saying he's a bad guy. He's a star, but we're loaded. So I mean,
Yeah.
it just happens. I mean, kids go unnoticed. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a really good game. I definitely have that. Unfortunately, I think we get Gary Danielson this week, so I really hate that.
Dang.
So I'll probably watch this game on mute. All right, so that's all the college football. Oh well, let's look at a quick FBS. Just kind of trying to be quick because I know our episodes do get a little long. Thank you for the guy, or the people that do watch this, and kind of stick around. But we're just trying to give some better casual takes. But yeah,
State has a grueling matchup this week against Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Virginia's a Power 5 team, okay?
Yeah, we're on upset alert here.
Oh, okay. Ooh, here's a game. They're not ranked, but they're both undefeated. That I was about to say. BYU beat Arkansas last week. If you haven't watched some of that game was pretty nuts. One of the BYU wide receivers had a insane catch for a TD. It was like OBJ, like reach back, everything. It was crazy. Got to go back and watch that. But yeah, both 3-0. BYU at Kansas. Should be a really good game. Kansas is favored. 3:30 kickoff. Definitely keep an eye out on that one. Anything else? Sorry, just looking. If you guys want to talk about anything, feel free. I'm kind of just browsing real quick. Memphis, Missouri, both 3-0. Night game at Missouri. Mississippi State, South Carolina. Could be pretty good. At Williams-Brice at night. Darude Sandstorm. Hey, what do you know about nighttime Columbia games? There, Buck.
Oh, in Williams-Brice.
Yeah.
It's a slip-up game. The environment there is crazy.
Yeah.
Also, watch out for the sand in the grass because it will tear your ACL.
Oh. And New Mexico State at Hawaii is an 11:59 p.m. kickoff. So if you're up, good luck. I hope your team pulls out on that one. But yeah, that's pretty much all the college football slate. Oh, I didn't even see this. A&M Auburn. Auburn at A&M. Auburn is undefeated. So for those of you that care about Auburn, enjoy that. For those of you that care about A&M, enjoy that. I would be fine if both teams, found a way to both lose at the same time. I do not care about either team. So if you're here for Auburn and A&M content, I would suggest that you look elsewhere. But yeah. I just do not care about those teams. Sorry, guys. All right. So that's it for the college football slate. We tried to be a little quicker. Still kind of running on that time. But like I said, I mean, just when you kind of get the casual minds together, it just tends to run along. But so I took some week 2 review for NFL. We'll jump into NFL now. Just kind of, I took some notes down as well, kind of like the college football. But, well, not but, just feel free to start off with what I'm saying, from my notes from last week. And if you guys want to talk about those, if you guys want to talk about other games, feel free. So start off, first game was Eagles, Vikings. Eagles, obviously, I didn't expect them to lose, but the Vikings kind of stuck in there a lot longer than I thought they were going to.
The Vikings are a really good team.
A really good 0-2 team.
Yeah, I think
they actually are. Like
one of the best 0-2 teams.
Like Kirk Cousins is going nuts. Like his stats are crazy.
He's going insane this year.
Yeah, I think he's second behind Tua in passing yards.
So, he's like on pace to have like 6,000 yards for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is current Matt Ryan cycle where we put up 28 points a game and lost because our defense was atrocious.
Mm.
All right, so I'm just gonna run through my notes now. Just kind of, I forgot to take notes about that game, but we talked about it. So talked about Justin Fields. He at one point he blamed the coaching staff, but he also took responsibility for the loss. I mean, he's a good quarterback. Obviously, coaching, you can only go so far with coaching, but you can also only go so far with the ability to play the game. Justin Fields is obviously a natural football player. So, I mean, I would love to see him just, I think Mahomes tweeted at him or commented on his him getting slandered by, media and was just just be you. I mean, I think that's what Justin Fields needs to do to help this Bears organization get back to, what they were expected to be this season. And that was compete for the North. Also, Justin Fields, I really need you to step up because you're my fantasy quarterback. And thankfully I'm 1-1 somehow, but we'll figure it out. I need to repeat. Yeah, I mean it
doesn't help him with what's going on in Chicago.
Yeah, I mean Chicago has been bad for years. So
I mean, he
has all that stuff. The defensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, and
got raided or something.
Yeah. That's a whole nother thing. I don't even know if we should talk about that on here, just because legal reasons. But no, it's. Yeah. I mean, that's what it shows you what the organization is like. That's what's happening. That's sad, and the team would get distracted by that kind of stuff. So, I mean, along with the coaching staff. But yeah,
he ended last year way too good to be this bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then Bengals. I know we were talking about 0-2 teams. They're 0-2. I still think Joe Burrow's hurt. I still think he was not ready. He's not ready. I mean, I know he said that when you miss camp, you start slow. But I just don't think he was healthy enough to start camp or start playing in general.
I've seen something about him probably missing this game.
Yeah, there's a couple inactives this week. Right. I know Bryce Young is also out for this week coming up with the ankle injury because he didn't practice. Well, I think he can practice tomorrow and still play. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I just
the Red Rocket starting.
Yeah, I just don't think he was ready to play. I know they're 0-2, but I mean, I kind of had the Ravens taking this division. So I mean, we'll see. I know they ran it for a couple years. I just don't see that.
I wouldn't be worried about the Bengals being 0-2 though.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Bengals fan, I mean, the last thing you can worry about is a quarterback. I mean, you got your guy for a while. I just think you need to get him healthy.
The first game, they definitely deserved to lose. The first game, they did not play well at all.
Nope.
Second game, I wouldn't necessarily worry about the second game for the Bengals. It was just kind of like a back and forth game. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and so yeah, that's with the Bengals. A lot of 0-2 teams that you didn't expect to be 0-2, but it happens. Seahawks, Lions. I had the Lions taking that one, but obviously they lost in overtime. Really good game, just like last year. Gino just kind of walks it off.
I saw something that the Seahawks have won like the last 5 games against the Lions or something like that.
Yeah,
something pretty crazy.
But other than last year, I mean, look at it. The team wasn't good, the past 3 years other than last year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's right.
Well, not saying they played each other consistently, but
Yeah.
The Lions haven't been good for years. It's like that one stat where the Jets haven't beat the Patriots since like 2015.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm sure they would have beat them this year with Aaron Rodgers.
Sad.
But it happens. And then Jared Goff was on pace to break, who was that, Aaron Rodgers' streak? And Tom Brady's most completions without a pick.
Most.
He was like 14 throws away or something like
He
that.
got picked off.
Yeah, he got picked off in that Seahawks
They
game.
jinxed him that whole week.
Yeah.
That like top 5 list is insane. It's like Tom Brady twice, Aaron Rodgers leads, and then Jared Goff is like second.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I mean, it kind of shows you. I mean, they're playing good ball, and he's just managing the game. I mean, unfortunately,
Jared Goff is really underrated, I think.
Yeah. And then they got Hendon in the back, so who knows how long they keep him.
Mm-hmm.
One of the surprises is the NFC South, especially the Bucks, are 2-0. Just no one anticipated the Bucks being good at all.
We're in the Baker cycle right now.
Shout out Ghetto
good.
Grunk.
That's what me and Andrew were talking about earlier today. They're gonna eventually enter the mid-season Baker cycle where they go from first to dead last in the NFC South. So,
yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks aren't gonna last that long. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, the NFC South will figure some way to end up being the worst conference by the end of the season.
Right up.
It's wide open.
But yeah. Jags Chiefs, one of my games of the week. Low scoring, defensive
the
game.
was such a letdown.
Yeah, I mean, I was hyping it up. Maybe I'm the problem. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I mean, it was a low game. Lawrence had a slow game. Wide receivers, I don't even think they scored a touchdown, if I'm being honest.
I think so, because Christian Kirk went ballistic for me, and he was on my bench.
No, I don't think they scored a touchdown at all.
Christian Kirk had like 25 points.
I think it was all catches, though. Let me see. Game kind.
Let me see.
Yeah, they didn't have.
Yeah, no touchdowns, all field goals.
They didn't have no touchdowns?
No, I'm telling you, bro.
Kirk had 11 catches for 110
yards. Brandon McManus went 3 for 3, and they had 9 points.
God,
I'm telling you, bro, it was bad. It was slow. It was sloppy. I mean, it was nice weather.
Where was it? Kansas City?
Yeah, it was Kansas City. I mean, Chris Jones kind of came back and just, dominated.
I was surprised though. Kelsey was playing too.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
But they scored.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs scored, but like barely.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying though. Like it was kind of a letdown. Yeah, like you were saying. Just I anticipated a shootout. I kind of like that. The one that was a shootout was the Colts Texans. I mean, at one point the Colts were just looking like they were going to destroy the Texans, and then Richardson goes out with a concussion. So that was pretty sad.
Who was the Colts backup?
Minshew.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, I mean the Colts aren't looking bad, especially with Richardson. I mean, that first game, who'd they end up playing the first game?
Seattle.
Was it Seattle?
Yeah, it might have been Seattle.
They played Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. That was a good game. I mean, the Richardson's looking good. Definitely looking like the best quarterback at the moment, out of the draft class. But
he might be out this week, though, right?
Oh, he'll definitely be out. They're going to keep all players out a week because of the concussion protocol. I think if you go into protocol, you're out at least a week. Like regardless, especially after last year. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that game looked good. The Texans defense is pretty stout. I will say that as well. I mean, D'Amico's getting this. I don't think they have a passing touchdown allowed or one passing touchdown allowed. It's all been rushing. So,
wow.
But Stingley's on IR, I'm pretty sure, this week. So he got hurt at practice today. Ironically.
Hurt at practice.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Like Diggs.
Too
Crazy.
soon.
Sad.
Crazy. But I like Diggs. Bama. But anyways, 49ers Rams, a lot closer than it should have been. But I mean I expected the Rams to kind of make it a game just because it's a conference game. But yeah, I mean 49ers just continue to show why they're probably the best team. I think they're number one in power rankings right now. So yeah.
They've definitely been playing really good.
Oh, Puka. Yeah, he leads the league in receptions. It's like 25.
He had 20 targets last week, by the way.
Jeez.
Lord.
Bro, I have him
He had
in
20
my
touchdowns.
ESPN league, and I benched him.
Brutal.
Yeah, it was bad. I
You
won.
got him in the ESPN one?
Yeah, I got him in ESPN.
Bro, when is Cup supposed to be back, actually?
Week 5. He's on because of IR, so he can't play the first 4.
Is he really coming back though?
That's what he's slated to be.
Mhm.
So we'll
What's
see.
the injury?
Hamstring.
Yeah.
Dang.
Giants, Cardinals. Insane second half by the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, they needed to show up.
What a comeback.
Obviously, right now
needed
they're
that
playing the 49ers. No one really gave them much of a chance. They are losing at the moment, in case you're wondering. 23-12. It is
Keeping
the
up though.
fourth quarter, but the Niners are driving the ball. Not much to say about the Giants or the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals
The
are.
49ers just scored.
Yeah, I don't think the Cardinals are doing much until they get Kyler back. So, well, I don't know actually. Looking at just a quick preview. I think the Cardinals are like 3-0 against the Cowboys. Like in recent games.
Like all time?
In recent games.
They did beat us like 2 years ago. They beat us, yeah.
Yeah, it's
That
like
was with
recent
Kyler.
games. It's like 2-3-0. I think it's 3-0. So yeah, Cowboys, Jets. Jets are poverty without Rodgers.
Yeah, that's easy to say that without Rodgers. The
Yeah.
defense, however, did not lose anyone. Same exact defense.
Yeah, I will say
Tell 'em, boy,
CD
tell 'em.
was not on Sauce the whole game.
Yeah, that was a troll account that tweeted that at Sauce, and that's what made him deactivate his account.
Well, Sauce said that he's traveling with the best wide receiver now.
Who?
Sauce.
He said he's traveling with the best what? You broke up.
He's traveling with the best wide receiver.
Garrett Wilson?
Well, nah, he's like he's
Oh,
gonna
on the
like
Him and Guard,
yeah.
the best
So
wide receiver.
yeah, so right now he's like on one side strictly,
Yeah.
but I think after last week he said that he's gonna travel with the best wide receiver now.
Oh, gotcha.
So, if somehow you guys see each other again, doubt it because the Jets are not gonna make the playoffs.
Probably not.
CD won't have a good game. Commanders, Broncos. Commanders had that dog in them. Came back after being down really bad. Almost blew it, but they're 2-0.
Broncos got to do something.
Broncos are horrendous, and they're going to be 0-3 because they play Miami.
I just refuse to believe Russell Wilson's the problem. It's just me being delusional, but I
There's
don't.
no way.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's just, I mean, I had the Broncos winning at least one. I think I had them winning this game. Sam
They got
Howell.
one of the greatest.
Sam
head
Howell is
coaches.
him.
Sam Howell is him.
Sam Howell's actually him.
Carolina product. But yeah, I mean, Commanders play. Who are they playing? They had Bills. So we'll look at the next week in just a second. Saints, Panthers. Panthers. I mean, you can tell they're not ready. I mean, rookie quarterback. 0-2, last in the division. Saints, I will
That game
say,
could not have been that close though.
that's what I'm saying. I will say the Saints defense is really good. Even though they take steroids, even though they take PEDs and all that, because it's like what, the second or third player to get suspended. by the Saints for PEDs.
Our third string QB
Yeah.
got caught for PEDs.
Yeah, was it something May? What's his number 6?
Yeah, Marcus May.
Yeah, he just got suspended for PEDs. I'm saying, bro, you guys are cheating.
I've been telling y'all though, bro. We have one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah, I mean, but Bryce Young clearly, kept it in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just our offense. Our offense needs to get it together.
I will say, if Bryce Young had competent wide receivers, you guys lose this game.
Yeah, possibly. The game was way too close.
Browns, Steelers. I had the Browns winning this. Steelers somehow won. Oh, I think it was like 14 points off of the defense. I think that's what it was. Steelers offense is atrocious. Also,
Mac is an absolute idiot.
Who is?
The OC, Matt Canada.
Matt Canada. Yeah. He's trash. But only the biggest thing about this game was Nick Chubb's injury. That was pretty gruesome. If you didn't see it and you want to see it, go look it up on Twitter. Leg. Yeah, so it's pretty bad. So feel bad for Chubb, but I think he'll come back. But he is older, so we'll see.
Terrible injury.
Yeah. So that's kind of all the notes I had for last week. If you guys want to talk about anything,
you skipped a game, Mr. Rick.
It's because I didn't take notes on that game.
You skipped the game, Mr. Rick.
Oh, I didn't even talk about the Dolphins Patriots.
Nope, not that one. Not that one.
Vegas Buffalo.
Yeah, I didn't take notes on all the games just because I didn't care.
Bijan Robinson is him. Okay. Bijan Robinson is him. First of all. Second of all, I'm about to say a statement that I have never been able to say in my entire life. The Falcons won a comeback victory game against the actual opponent this year. That was our Super Bowl right there, week 2. So I'm very proud of this team. I was not expecting
2-15.
Yep, I could not care anymore. I am perfectly fine with that. We beat Green Bay. We own their sorry poverty franchise. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
But Dolphins Patriots. Dolphins kind of showed that they can win without Tyreek having 300 yards. Mostert legacy game.
Literally legacy game, bro.
We definitely let this one get away. At one point, it felt like it was going to get away. But, I mean, Tua is, I think 5-0, 6-0 against Belichick. McDaniels is 2-1 against Belichick. So it's like, hey, Dolphins, Super Bowl contenders. Watch out. Bills, Raiders.
Your offense does look really good, I'm not going to lie.
Raiders suck.
Your offense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know.
No, sorry, Rick.
Not to be cut. Bills, Raiders suck. Bills suck, but they're better than the Raiders. So, I mean, now that Rodgers isn't in the conference, they'll probably finish second.
Josh Jacobs, where is
he? Yeah, Josh Allen don't care.
What do you say about Josh Jacobs? Yeah.
So Josh Jacobs, where is he?
Literally.
Missing.
For -2. How is that even possible with these superstar running back?
Ravens, Bengals. I have the Ravens winning the NFC North. Bengals, again, like I said, he's still hurt. Chargers, Titans. Both teams don't care. No, I'm kidding. Herbert's a fraud. He shouldn't have got paid. They're 0-2 for a reason.
Kellen Moore.
I'm going back. Rick set his alarm for 2 a.m. Just say.
Titans.
Herbert and Allen back-to-back.
Derrick Henry. And that's the reason they won. Bama U. RBU. Yeah.
Anyways, can we get to the next game, please?
Yeah. So week 3, 49ers are dogging the Giants now 30-12. I didn't really expect anything else. I was watching Good Morning Football, and one of I forget their names. I think it was Peter something. He was talking about how Brock Purdy is an AI quarterback. Like there's an actual theory that he is like a robot. So I mean,
What?
yeah, I mean, feel free to go check that clip out if you want, but it's pretty nuts what the rant they get into. So yeah, Giants suck, especially without Saquon. They paid Daniel Jones way too much money. And the 49ers are a really good team. Feel free to say anything you want.
Debo's having a legacy game right now.
Yep.
Well, shout out to anybody that
49ers
has
are
Debo.
really good.
Do you have Debo?
6 catches, 109, and a touchdown.
Do you have Debo, Jer?
I don't know.
Okay, thank God.
I've never felt confident enough to draft Debo, just because I feel like he has like 1 or 2 of these games a year, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And it's inconsistent for me, but
Oh
he's a
my
great player.
gosh, oh my God, Tuolana Hufanga. Oh my gosh, if you guys are watching the game, Jesus.
The interception.
Oh my gosh. That defense is a monster. is a monster. Anyways, early slate, Broncos Dolphins. Dolphins 3-0. I will say the Broncos have a good defense, but after seeing what the Commanders did to them, I kind of have no problem in saying that this is going to be a win. But me saying this just kind of guaranteed us a loss. So
Good job.
yeah, but we'll see. Titans Browns. Deshaun Watson took ownership for the loss last week, so I would love to see him bounce back.
Good that he took ownership for a wrong that he did.
It's good to see that, right?
Yeah. That shows growth.
Anyways, Falcons Lions. Oh, go ahead, ref.
I said he just needs to play better.
Yeah, there you go. Wait for it.
Compared to how he was with the
way
Texans.
to take ownership on a problem that he caused.
A problem he committed. Way to go. He took ownership.
Anyways, Falcons Lions. JR, I'm sorry.
Blowout.
Your poverty franchise will lose
Let's take it back to last week. What happened last week? We all picked the Packers. Even I was kind of leaning towards the Packers winning.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think we can pull the rabbit out of the hat one more time. Hope to God, because I hate Detroit. So,
hey, thankfully it's in Detroit. Yeah, how do you hate Detroit? They suck.
Literally.
Well, I have a peer that we have a rivalry going on between the Lions and the Falcons, just out of pure hatred for one another. So,
by chance, are you and this peer racially demographic different?
No, we are not.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm disappointed you would even bring that up.
That's crazy, Rick.
It's a joke.
Why would that be a question?
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, take that one out.
I can't edit this out. Anyways, Lions, JR, your franchise is going to take an L this weekend.
I mean, we're not a 17-0 team, so obviously we're going to lose at some point. I hope it's not. So
maybe next week, right?
Yeah, who cares? Just not this week.
Okay. Saints, Packers, love era all day.
The love era. It's in Green Bay.
Wait, are we doing pick 'em now? Should we do
Let's
pick 'em?
do it.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just do pick 'em right now.
All right. So Giants, 49ers. I'm sure everybody picked 49ers, whatever, the game's over anyways. Broncos, Dolphins. I picked Dolphins, obviously.
Yeah, I'm taking Dolphins on that one.
Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Okay. Titans, Browns. I'm going Browns. Deshaun Watson, I just think taking ownership is
where are they playing?
Take a step forward. It's at Cleveland, so at the Land.
Oh yeah,
I can see that one going either way. Titans have a really solid run defense right now. Obviously, without Chubb, that kind of hurts Cleveland already. So they're going to be pretty one-dimensional in passing game. So I could see it going either way.
Hey, sorry, we're just casuals.
Browns are taking this one.
We didn't see it that way, JR.
Yeah, just opening your eyes to perspectives.
The casual mindset. Falcons, Lions. I'm sure that only one of us differs. Lions is my take.
Don't let me be right.
I could see this game being the game the Falcons win.
Okay, so are you going with the Falcons?
But I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Buck.
But I wouldn't be surprised.
Atlanta,
if the
Detroit.
Falcons win.
The St. Brown playing? There's a lot of questionable like this week.
St. Brown's probably going to play.
This just
Does
in,
Montgomery
Roger
play?
Goodell only gives Jameson a half amount of suspension. Jahmyr Gibbs legacy game incoming.
I hope that would be insane.
I don't know. We'll see. I obviously am going to go with the Falcons on this game, but I think it could go both ways, honestly.
All right, Buck, call it.
Detroit. It's at home. I don't know. I think they got this one.
Okay.
Sorry.
Saints Packers 1 p.m. kickoff at Green Bay. Green Bay is favored, by the way, 1.5.
Ooh, is it? It's in Lambeau. Ooh,
Yeah, give me Green Bay. It's at home.
yeah. That's a tough one to win there, Raph. I'm going.
I mean, after seeing what the Saints offense did to Carolina's poverty defense, I kind of don't see them doing much more to Green Bay's defense. That's probably better than Carolina's. So give me Green Bay. Sorry, Raph. At some point, at some point, the South loses.
I think if we're gonna lose a game early, it's gonna be this game.
At the end of the day, the North beat the South.
Nice.
That's why we're all here.
Come on now, Rick.
I mean, I'm being honest. It's the NFC North versus the AFC or NFC South.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose this game. But
so who are you
depending
picking?
where Austin shows up, I'm obviously go with the Saints.
Okay, stick true to your team. Hell yeah.
Got to.
So we got Packers, Saints. All right. Chargers, Vikings. The battle of 0-2. 0 and mid.
Where's that game at?
Minnesota.
In Minnesota. I'm taking Herbo. At some point, this team wins. I just don't think the Vikings are the team that wins.
I think this is a very close game as well. I mean, the spread's only 1.5, so I could see the Vikings finally getting their first win. I mean, aren't they? They had the season like 2 years ago, last year, where they had like 7 games they lost by less than 7 points or something like that. And I think that trend is just kind of carrying on here, where they just are like they're right there, but they just can't get over the hump. So I think eventually they'll get by somebody like the Chargers. So I think the Vikings win this one.
Yeah, I would say the same thing for LA if it was in LA. But since it's in Minnesota, I think Minnesota wins.
I take the home team for this game.
Don't forget that Baker Mayfield and the Bucks went into Minnesota week 1 and won.
That's true.
Also, that was the first game of the season.
But we're talking about Heisman winner Baker Mayfield.
This is
Justin Herbert.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but we're talking about. Oh, by the way, Daniel Jones just threw a second pick. Oh wait, no, that was a punt. Never mind, it was a punt. Okay, we're good.
You got me excited, bro.
Anyways, yeah, but you're talking about Justin Herbert, the captain of the fishing club. If you guys know the meme, then Lake Sheldon Fishing Club or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm going Chargers. I think everybody else went Vikings, right?
I need that game to be an absolute shootout, though. I have Madison, Williams, Kirk Cousins, Hawkinson.
Oh my gosh!
So I need everybody.
Look at the whole game.
Lord.
Need all of them to go crazy.
Yeah, that has the entire Minnesota Vikings starting lineup.
Minus Justin Jefferson.
It's like that Drewski one where it's like, what do you got on that parlay? You better hope that ref has this game on his parlay.
For real.
And he takes the over, because the over is 54. Over under.
Jeez.
That's a lot.
I think the Vikings pull this one out, though.
So 1 Charger, 3 Vikings. Patriots, Jets. I know that the Jets haven't won against the Patriots in a while. It's in New York, but the Pats are 0-2, and they won't go 0-3. So Patriots. So I'm
Yeah,
going
I
with.
agree.
I say
agree. Also,
Patriots.
Pats.
The streak
Zach
continues.
Zach Wilson is terrible.
Yeah, I think.
I know he showed flashes. Sorry,
Yeah,
go ahead.
not good.
I was just gonna say he showed flashes against Dallas' defense. Granted, that might just be because Dallas' defense is Dallas' defense, but yeah, I still don't think he's definitely not Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, I think Mac
But-
Jones is a better quarterback than
Yeah.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
think New York takes that one. I think New York without Aaron Rodgers, like that was kind of the whole mantra this year was like building around Aaron Rodgers. So I think losing him is really just going to deflate everything going for him. So I think New England takes that one.
Mm-hmm.
They just destroyed the Jets team.
Yeah.
The minute it happened, it was just gone. The season's over.
and I just don't think the Patriots have that mentality to go 0-3. I mean, no team does. But I mean, you know how Belichick is. I just don't see it. So
Yeah, I think the Patriots will pull it off.
what was that, clean sweep on the Pats?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bills Commanders. Commanders are 2-0. And it's in Washington. I thought this game was in Buffalo. But it kind of changes my mindset now that it's in Washington.
That does not change anything for me. I think this is a true test. Washington's defense is stacked. Like
Sam
that front line is
Howell
crazy.
legacy game. And
Like,
yes.
this will be a true test. Like for real. I mean, the Jets beat Buffalo with Zach Wilson, so anything is possible.
See, but they have Josh Allen throw ball far. So
true, he can throw it 70 yards in the air.
Throw ball for Allen. Nah, I got the Commanders in this, man. That's my upset of the week.
That would be insane.
that would be.
I hope they
see
don't.
it happening though.
I hope
I
they don't
don't
for
have
divisional reasons.
I don't have faith in the Bills.
I think the Bills got a click in last week against the Raiders, so I think they're going to carry over, and I think the Bills take this game.
I just think
I
the
have the
Commanders
Bills.
will sweep the Raiders.
What?
Like
The
if,
Raiders
if they
sweep the
played each
Raiders?
other, if they like played each other, I think the Commanders sweep the Raiders like 9 times out of 10. I have no faith in the Raiders. And Playboy Jimmy, but I just
the Raiders are terrible, but I just think like an offensive level, like the Bills figured a lot of things out last week. Obviously, throwing up 38 points, so I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're good offensively, but like Buck was saying, I think the Commanders are good defensively.
Yeah, of course, yeah, for sure. But I just think they're clicking. So,
yeah, man, I'm just trying to make it entertaining. That's why I'm here.
Sorry, Rick.
Well, I'm going Commanders. I think everybody else was Bills, right?
Yep.
All right. We got
Niners team just went final 30-12.
Yep.
Well, we're all 1-0 right now. I think we all picked San Francisco.
Texans Jags. I got the Jags winning this one.
Where they playing?
In Jacksonville.
Oh yeah, they're probably gonna blow them out.
I don't think they'll blow them out. I think it'll be a good game because it's a conference game.
Oh,
considering what happened last week.
Well,
they are
division game. I keep saying conference. Division game.
Yeah, Jacksonville is 9-point favorite in this game. I think it was a pretty good shot to win this one.
I need a monster game from Calvin Ridley. So give me the over and Jacksonville covering the spread.
I'm gonna go set a slot machine in front of Calvin Ridley this week just so I don't have to play against him.
Jesus. In case you didn't know, I'm playing JR. So, yep. I got the Jags. Everybody else?
Jags.
Yeah, I'm taking Jags.
Bet. Colts Ravens. No Richardson. I'm going Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
I think Richardson would be the deciding factor there.
Yeah. I think Richardson would make me lean Colts on this, even though he's a rookie. Panthers Seahawks. Hearing that Dalton is probably gonna get the start.
Red
So,
Rockets.
Seattle.
I still got the Seahawks. Yeah.
Seahawks are winning that game. There's no way.
Slamming Seahawks money line, even if they have Bryce Young. So
We are not good betting sources, by the way.
Do not
I
take
am
this
at the house on
advice.
Seahawks.
Unless you win, and if you win, then we will gladly accept some of your money.
We will demand half of the winnings.
I have an inside source with
But
the
honestly,
Carolina
if you
Panthers.
bet, you should take our locks, put $5 in, and see how much you win.
Honestly,
Facts.
I want
we
to
should
say,
get a GoFundMe started so we can just put money on these picks.
yeah,
A gambling GoFundMe.
I got to pay my bookie somehow.
Let me get a Kickstarter going for this.
Yeah, so Seahawks clean sweep, pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm taking Seahawks.
Bears
Yeah.
Chiefs in Kansas City.
Chiefs.
First
Whoa.
game back for Kelsey in Arrowhead, Chris Jones in Arrowhead. I will say the Bears, with the situation they've had the past week and everything that's happened in that organization, I will say they'll keep it close, but unfortunately they will fall to 0-3, in my opinion.
You want to talk about a spread? This spread is 12.5 points. So I
think the Bears
are
cover.
even in the same solar system as the Chiefs in this game.
Again, do not take this betting advice unless you win.
That means fade me and put your entire house on the Bears for this game.
Do the opposite of what JR said.
Yeah, Chiefs all the way on this.
Yeah,
Chiefs.
I hate it for Justin Fields, but Chiefs.
Yep. Chiefs.
Chiefs sweep. Cowboys Cardinals nail biter. Not much to say. Like I was saying, I don't think the Cardinals will do anything until they get Kyler back. So I'm going with the boys.
Yeah.
Where
The
they
boys
playing?
as well. Arizona.
It's their year. It's their year.
Hey,
Heard it
listen,
here first. Super Bowl
Oh.
futures bet.
on the there you go. Take that bet. On top of the Cowboys, with Diggs being out for the year, I think definitely puts a damper on the defense. But I think it makes them step up more because obviously there's a drop off between Diggs and Bland or Diggs and Jordan Lewis. But with them two like rotating, I think they'll still have solid coverage on that side of the field. Hopefully Gilmore will I don't know, tap into his old self. He had a decent game last week. He let that one go to Garrett Wilson, but other than that,
I mean, that was a good throw though.
Yeah.
He put it right where like Gilmore couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
I mean, shows you Zach has potential.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. You could either call it Dallas's defense being really good with the 3 picks, or Zach Wilson just being terrible. So, I don't know. Anyway, back on the topic of Dallas. I don't think they lose in Arizona, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised of a slip up somewhere. They play Arizona this week.
I think they'll definitely lose like Christmas.
I'm not sure who they play next week, but then I think week 5 they play in San Francisco.
Ooh.
Then you play San Francisco.
I hope that's a Sunday night game.
It is.
Better be.
Sunday at 8:20 p.m. against the Niners.
That'll be sick.
It's gonna be a really good game.
I will say here is one Sunday. Oh well, Cowboys with Buck, Cowboys with Raph,
Freedom Boys,
Cowboys with JR. So sweep. I will say here is a Sunday night game I will not be tuning into.
I was gonna say this is like gotta be. Like, we're in week 3?
What was this even an option?
Why wouldn't we put Rams Bengals on Sunday night? By the way, that's a Monday night. Anyways, now I'll definitely be watching it, but thankfully I go in early to work on Monday, so I will be going to sleep early before this game ends. I'm going to take the Steelers just because I have Freiermuth on my fantasy team, and I would love to see him have a really good game. At least maybe a touchdown, a few catches. That would be great. Raiders, I have no faith in. I love Josh Jacobs, but other than that, and Max Crosby, but other than that, I don't think the team is worth a damn. Sorry to all the Raider fans, but your franchise sucks.
I am taking the Raiders in this game. This is the battle of the Shitter Bowl. So, Pittsburgh's defense allows the third most yards per game in a season, or this season. I think Josh Jacobs finally gets something going. I don't think it's by means any legacy game or anything, but, probably 14, 15 carries for 80, 90 yards and a touchdown. But I see the Raiders pulling this out.
I'm right there with him.
You got the Raiders?
Just from a fantasy standpoint, I'm going with the Raiders and Jacobs and Myers to have a game.
Is Myers back?
He was out last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should be back this week.
Was it concussion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just got the Steelers.
I think the Raiders, though.
What you got,
I
Buck?
feel like the Raiders will get this one.
Historically, I have hated the Steelers. So, bias aside, Las Vegas wins.
Okay. And here's another weird one. Another 2 Monday night game.
Yeah, what's the deal with why are we
Is that a
why are we
theme
doing
now?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really weird because I mean it's nice because I'll finish a game.
There's no bye weeks
So
so far.
there's no
Nobody's
bye
on
weeks
bye yet.
now.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, but like, why wouldn't you just play the game on Sunday? Because I mean, technically, it's not a prime time.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Gives us something to watch on Monday at least.
Yeah, I mean, I finished the first game, and by the time the first game is over with, I got like mid third quarter action for the second game. So
That's weird.
or mid second half action. But yeah, I'm going with the first game on Monday is Eagles Bucks. Unfortunately, this is where Baker's midseason form starts to show. But yeah, Jalen Hurts. I mean, he's never gonna lose to Tampa, especially now that Tom Brady's gone in his career. So yeah,
That's a bold statement. I think he's definitely capable of losing to Tampa Bay at some point, but I don't think it's going to be tomorrow. So,
Monday.
Or Monday.
Nah, Jalen Hurts masterclass.
Yeah.
Where's this game at?
Tampa. What's the spread?
5.
5, yeah.
It's
5
only
on
5.
ESPN. Yeah.
Wow.
I could see this being a game the Bucks somehow win.
I could see this being a game the Bucks somehow definitely lose.
Sorry.
Jalen Hurts masterclass, AJ Brown monster game, and Mike Evans will finally look like an average wide receiver. My statements from this game. Give me the Mike Evans under in yards. Nah, I'm kidding.
Here's 3 player props you should take for this game.
Yeah. You want me to give you some props? Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown. Obviously.
They push him in from the 2.
Give me AJ Brown receiving yards over. As long as it's not like 100 yards. If it's like 60 yards, do over. And then give me Chris Godwin yards. I'm holding up for 4 because I can't do 3 on this finger. So Chris Godwin over in yards. That's if he's playing. I don't know if he's playing.
I would go Rachaad White over rushing yards.
Give me Rachaad White. No, actually, give me Rachaad White over receiving yards.
Yeah, either one of the two, I
Yeah,
think, would
receiving,
be
not rushing. I don't think he rushes on this defense.
I don't know. See.
Now, that line is stout, man.
Yeah.
So I'm going Eagles. Bucks probably going Bucks.
No, that would be stupid.
Who are you
At
going
Philly.
with? Oh, you
Philly.
got Philly.
Yeah.
Who you got, Ref? Ref.
Headphone.
Technical difficulties with Ref right now.
Well, I'm going Eagles, so.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you say, Jared? Eagles?
Yeah, I'm going Eagles.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think the Bucks will somehow win this game by 3.
Wow.
We are not betting advice.
I don't know. I just
Smash money line for the Bucks.
might just be because I don't like the Eagles,
Damn, all right.
but I don't know. I just see the Bucks somehow winning this
Wow,
game out of nowhere.
so you're calling this team to lose because you're a hater.
Not just
I
it-
respect that. I respect that.
preying on their downfall.
No.
Nah, I just think them being in Tampa and them being 2-0, the Eagles being the number 2 team in the NFC, like it's just calling for an upset.
They're the number 3 team in the NFC, Ref.
Oh, sorry.
I'm pretty sure they're the number 1 right now.
Pause.
Number 3. I don't know. I'm gonna go Bucks though.
Okay. All
Upset
right.
of the week.
Interesting.
Upset of the week. Okay. So, last game of the weekend. Well, upcoming weekend into Monday is Rams Bengals Super Bowl rematch from a couple years back. I still do not think.
Since then?
No, they played last year. They had to. I think you're supposed to play the. You're supposed to have a rematch. I think. Because I think the Eagles and Chiefs play each other this year. But Rams Bengals, I don't think Burrow's still healthy. It is in Cincinnati at night. If they were to win it, it'd be now. But I think Stafford is healthy. Burrow is not. So I got the Rams. Puka Nakua.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. This is where Joe Burrow and the team comes back.
This is the start.
Yeah, Joe Mixon, all of them get it right.
I think Jamar Chase finally gets it.
No comment on Joe Mixon.
Sad.
You were saying Jamar Chase?
Yeah, I think Jamar Chase gets a click in this game. I don't know if it's enough based upon how red hot the Rams keeping core is right now. And also kind of like what we were talking about earlier, Angels, Kyron Williams has been playing really well for the Rams too. Kind of under the radar, not expected to be.
Yeah, he was solid at Notre Dame
so far.
A lot of people
Oh yeah,
don't.
for sure. But just coming in as a rookie running back, it's hard to make an immediate impact like he has for the Rams so far. So
It's his second year back.
well, either way,
I mean, he is a rookie. He didn't play last year, basically.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. I could see this one going both ways too. It just depends if the Rams can keep their offense going the way they have. I think the Rams could win. If the Bengals somehow turn it around and get their offense all together, I think they could win it too. So, just depends on who shows up.
So if you were to give me betting advice and I was to put my house on this, who would you tell me to go?
I'm gonna tell you to put your entire house on a tie.
On a tie. Bet. Bro, the payout's like plus 1,700.
You can only lose 100% of what you own. You can win a bajillion percent.
You tell me what's the right move.
It's not addiction, it's just dedication.
There you go.
Right.
Buck, round us out.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't see Cincinnati going 0-3. They did start 0-2 last year, and they turned out fine. But like you said, I don't know if Joe Burrow is healthy. I hope he is because he's my fantasy quarterback. And he had 3 points in week 1. And he didn't do much better last week. So, Joe Burrow legacy game gets it going for them this year. I have Cincinnati.
Nice. So I think I'm the
Joe
only Rams.
40 burgers.
The Rams are looking really good.
Yeah, I mean,
Williams is going crazy.
Puka Nakua.
He ran Cam Akers out in week 2.
That's crazy. But Cam Akers
he
should
just
have
get
been out of
traded?
there. Yeah, he's with the
He's with
Vikings.
Vikings. Sad.
Puka Nakua masterclass. But all right, that pretty much rounds up it does round up everything. Feel free to argue with us in our casual takes in the comments.
Make sure you take all of our betting advice that we have listed throughout this podcast.
And if you win, you owe us money.
We are gambling experts.
So just better casual takes. That's what the podcast should be called.
Better casual takes.
Casual minds, but a little bit better. No, but that's it for today. Again, my camera keeps unfocusing. I think it's because of the light. Again, leave a comment if you'd like. Argue with us if you'd like. If you stuck around this far, thank you. Leave a like, subscribe. Thank you to JR for joining us again, and Raph for joining us today. These guys, great, good friends. I appreciate them coming on. Might have some more people in the future. Might have these guys coming back again. So just let us know. Thank you for watching this far. If you did, leave a like and subscribe, like I already said. And if you guys want to say anything before we head out,
Rise up.
Who that nation?
What'd you
Buck.
say, Ref?
anything?
Who that nation?
No, just thank y'all for joining us. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all bringing us on.
No, thank you for tuning in if you stayed this far for sure. And we'll be back next week with some more better casual takes. But yeah, thank you for that. Leave a like, subscribe. If you enjoyed it, we'll see you around. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at BOH Bois with an I. And also, we're starting up TikTok. We're gonna figure out how to do some clips and hopefully get some stuff posted on there. And also shout out to Culture Kicks for the sponsor of this video and paying all our debt.
Official plug.
But, all right, we'll catch you guys next week. Enjoy the weekend.